So, there's a conversation going around that, and this is agree or disagree. Why you agree or disagree, right? Mm-hmm. The question is, or the theory is, men are emotionally attracted to other men, but are physically attracted to women.
I disagree. You ain't even finished. I disagree. I don't know who the one.
Pineapple. What?
Hey, no, we got an A.
Where are you hearing this?
Eject the tape. What are you talking about?
Emotionally.
Stop the tape and eject. No, this the wrong way. I wasn't watching this. I didn't sign up to watch that. You just put on some other shit. I didn't want to watch that.
I'm gonna let Maul explain whatever. I'm gonna speak for Jay every day. Jay every day ain't attracted to no nigga. Emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever else. No, I ain't attracted to no niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Hell no.
You gonna have to, maybe it's another word we could use. Attracted, like that. I know. I see what you're saying, but like I'm not feeling that. Like attracted.
I don't see what you're saying. You talking about you see what
I know because you got another word for it. It's another word there. That's just not it.
Okay, man, get on your Google. Google another word. You tripping, B? Where you get this from?
Attracted.
Jay every day go, man, because he shouldn't have brought this shit. He didn't bring this shit when it was just me and him. But when you come back, you want to bring this shit in. What the fuck going on? You all right? You cool? You good?
That was the conversation.
No, it's not. This shit finna be over quick. I disagree. No one even got no other comments for it.
Where you having?
Where you get this from? Bro, like, what's up?
I was finna say some shit, but anyway, man.
Hey, no, pause. She eject the tape. What's going on? Where you get this from?
Where's this coming from?
I don't remember where I heard it from.
But no, we're not physically attracted to people. Sometimes we don't even want to be this close. Like, this is the closest you're gonna see us, bro. When we go out for what we going out for, we damn near have a chair or something in between us, if we could. Spaces is over here. Jay every day is over there. I'm over here. We sort of got a table in the middle. Where do we be sitting there scratched up and touching and all this shit at?
See, that's the physical part. We're not physically attracted to each other. They say men are emotionally okay. So
these new age dudes, these ones is wearing these purses and these dresses and all this shit.
Real life gangsta-licious.
Yeah, and got on these fingernail polish. Them.
I ain't participating in none of that, but
what's up?
Like I said, I think it's another word that you can use there. I think people in general, men like to be around men, right? I mean, I think
but only for so long though.
Of course, right? But I'm just saying in general, that's why you have sacred spaces for men, and then you have sacred spaces for women, right? A lot of times that barbershop is the sacred space for men, where you can chop it up with amongst men. And say some, maybe some, I guess, toxic masculine things,
yeah,
and not really be judged about it. You know what I mean? So I think begets like. You're around the guy, So in that aspect, I can see that. But as far as like, that nigga's attractive. I'm attracted to these emotions. I'm not with that one now.
Men don't even call other men handsome. Men don't even say other men look good. They be like, damn, bro, that fit look raw, bro. That's a nice shirt, or bro, that's a nice this. They don't compliment men as saying you look good.
I've been told. Yeah, I was finna say.
White dudes are different.
White dudes do ass play, sticking their fingers in each other's asses. We're not talking about white men. We're talking about us.
I ain't been around them enough like that.
I ain't never seen that, G.
Bro, you seen, bro, on all these TV shows and all this bro shit.
My best friend like, G, ain't never seen this shit.
No, these motherfuckers be playing with each other's asses and shit. Like, no motherfuckers, they gonna give each other fellatio and all that shit. Like, nah.
Oh, yeah, they do play different.
Like you be on Call of Duty.
Their line is way further.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that.
They real push the homo line, like this shit.
Yeah, they're
all the way into like it's actually happening. It's like, hold on, wait, what?
You said you own it.
Will, what you think?
I don't know. I can't grab this one, not because of the words.
I can't grab this one.
I real gauge on this one. Like,
hey, what? Oh my god!
I know what you're trying to say. I guess disagree. I disagree. I don't think that's how we. I want to say like pick our friends. You know what I'm saying?
We don't get out like that.
It's not a
emotion.
Right. It's almost forbidden to show emotion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like to say like because saying people come together, men come together off emotion. That's, you know what I'm saying? And it's like
bunch of crybaby ass niggas.
I can't agree to it. I just
we don't even show emotion towards each other. But what did they get that? How did somebody determine that men are physically attracted to men? What happened that they said that? Like what we need more context. Yeah, more context. Like what came to this conclusion? What's the study? Like, we need some more context, bro. You can't just bring that on us like that. Somebody we attracted, do you disagree? You know damn well we're gonna disagree.
A Brokeback Mountain message, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like what's up?
What's going on?
Well, when I first heard
P-Valley.
He's looking at P-Valley.
When I first heard the question, I think it was asked by a woman, but I don't think her
that answered everything.
Right. I don't think her intent was to truly get an answer. I think it was to emphasize the general attack on masculinity. It's meant her intent was to kind of take a charge, like hint at homosexuality by if you agree with the answer.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
because to me, bro, once you said the female posed the question, I was over it. You know what I'm saying? Women are always trying to interject their feelings into what men should be doing, right?
Oh, you should tell me about this when you have a bad
because
day.
because they feel like because men aren't emotional, right? And a lot of times we aren't emotional with women because we know we're guarded, you know, in most regards, if not your significant other. And they think, oh, you have to be expressing to someone else. No, the fuck I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way. It ain't built up. I'm just not.
I'm just good. I'm good.
The fuck?
But
like,
then the point of it
that's
is
because women are emotional and they spread their emotions to their friends and they look powwows and they group chats and they circles.
We just not wired like
that. No, it's different. We have different ways of relief. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
what is sharing emotions? Like, what the fuck is that?
It's things women do.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, nigga, how do?
Oh no,
what the fuck is like? What?
They sit there like how we sit here and have conversation based on motherfucking logic.
Yeah.
Right? We'll say something and. For us, to me, for us, the equivalent is, you know what? I don't understand what you're saying. Explain it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't get it. Explain it. That's how we get general knowledge. No, women go, well, I feel, and then they get to talking.
I feel.
And it's like,
I'm trying to get that.
I feel versus I think.
Right. I feel like you trying to hurt my feelings. Bitch, no, I'm not. Like, I'm trying to explain to you best I can, but you steady stuck on how you feel, so they get in their circle because not all of them get to feel how they feel about things.
It's like a waiting to exhale. Let's go burn this shit up.
All the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know how that go. That shit is toxic at its fucking finest because any group of fucking women never stayed a fucking group of women for long. Motherfucking male friends be friends for goddamn ages.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers start croaking.
Once you like death row, nigga, welcome to death row. Once you over here, you over here. You ain't leaving, bro. You might as well, like, you my friend now. Ain't no getting no.
I ain't never kicked it with a motherfucker come home. I can't stand them niggas.
No. Bro, that's just facts, though.
Every one of y'all girls that did that shit.
Facts, that's facts.
Come on, man.
Like, why did you go with her? I don't know. It's just that
I just wanted to go out.
Because Shannon was going and she's friends with Shannon. Like...
Man, my friend, not finna go out with people we don't fuck with.
So, like, bro, once you told me it was a woman who posed the question that women are just seeking emotion from men because they feel like we don't give it. And again, every man here has given emotion to our significant other because that's the motherfucker I chose to trust with my fucking feelings.
But no, once you do start opening up like that, and you open up to a woman like that, and you cry, whatever like that, nigga, you only got like one cry.
It's not even crying, man. Because like, you can have a bad day and you can be on some Boys in the Hood shit swinging at the fucking air. I just needed to get that shit off real quick. Like, it ain't got to be crying. That's one of the ultimate forms of emotion. Yes, it is. Yeah. And like you said, we got one good one, maybe two a year. Like,
only time you really cry, you lose somebody close to you.
Right. And I give that to my girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm single. I ain't got nobody, goddammit. But it's like we choose. If we choose a woman to give that shit to, then you're something special. But they all want to be special. They all want to be special, so they all want to get the most. No, you can't. I'm sorry.
That two a year, he about right, boy. Cause he about right, boy. Cause I had cried. You know what I'm saying? Probably I forget what it was about. I don't know what it was about, but I had cried, and it was probably twice this year. I say, nigga, you crying too much. So I'm in here crying, and my wife seeing it. I'm like, and she asked me what's wrong, and I'm like, I'm like, damn, nigga, you crying too much now, bro. You already done hit your quota, boy. You can't. You gonna have to go these other 4 months without crying, nigga. Nobody bet not die, nigga.
You can't cry. I can't stop it.
I doesn't matter. Nigga, police coming to the end. Nigga, you crying again?
Yeah. But that's true though. Your woman look at you different though. If you right here crying too many times, your woman will look at you different.
She will.
Yeah. She'll look at you straight different. Like,
cry baby ass nigga always crying.
Shut your bitch ass up, man. That's exactly what
You bought a box of tissue for yourself.
right.
Yes, I
just feel like you don't care.
But now men do go through things by themselves. Like you might be going through some things and you might be in the shower or something. You might be in your car. You might just start thinking about things like that, and you might get your emotions out right then and there with yourself.
Oh yeah, we ain't nobody around.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Throwing some Mary J. Blige and start crying.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's what we mostly get our shit out. Like in your car coming home, you can't tell me it ain't been days where you sit in your parking lot and you just get a sigh of relief like, damn, it's a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but I'm
not just tears.
I'm gonna get it.
It's different. It's different.
No, but I'm saying you get your emotions out right there. Yeah. Or you be in the shower where ain't nobody at the crib. You be in the shower. Or the door's closed. You be in the shower and you be thinking about shit and shit start to happen then. Mm-hmm. But you not sitting there crying for the You know what I'm saying? But you get that shit by yourself. Like you get that shit away from everybody else. Everybody don't need to know what you're going through.
And I ain't missing no work behind this shit.
Oh, hell no. Women will call off work for any fucking thing.
Nah, but we know this though. This is shit we know. We know women are more emotional than men. Yeah. And so again, the moment I heard a woman pose the question, I'm like, oh, that explains it. Yeah. Because men aren't asking that question. It's not a question for us. Because if you're a man, you understand how that shit work.
It's a fact.
It ain't no attracted for emotions. I don't need your emotions. Sure. You're a fucking man. Be a fucking man. Control your fucking emotions. Yeah. Why do I need some other emotions to support mine? Right? That's why men and women are opposite. She's my opposite, right? I hold the emotions. She get them. She get them from me, right? That she's supposed to hold me up in that regard. And the same thing, when she need a motherfucker to be tough, that's where the man come in. Yep. The shit that the femininity is lacking, that's where the masculinity come in. Yeah. The fucking yin and the yang. That's how that shit work in fucking harmony. Because even in a lot of fucking same-sex relationships, one is still more masculine than the other. Yeah. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, once I look past her ignorance and in her intent in asking this question, I thought about it, and once we look past the ignorance of it, I have to say I agree. Once we look past the what her intent behind asking the questions, trying to challenge masculinity, trying to give some secondhand homosexuality behind the question, you know what I mean? I have to say I agree, because if we don't express our emotions when we're going through something to each other, then where do we express them ever?
Shit, nigga, you don't.
That's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why I think men die sooner than women, because we don't ever like. Okay, if we don't, and I did phrase it that way on purpose. We're attracted. That was a question, but I just wanted to phrase it that way. But identify, right?
I'm trying to get a reaction out of us. You know, the fuck
I got the one I wanted though.
Exactly what he's doing. I'm trying to get clips and shit out of here now. Yeah, exactly what the fuck he's asking for.
But if we don't, like, I've opened up to you two. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do that with women.
I'm like, Ma, this crybaby ass nigga. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Coming around.
Like, you know, I wasn't all boo-hoo, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't all like help pick me up off the ground, broken emotionally, whatever, right? But I was transparent in expressing what it is that I was feeling. And if men hold that in, then why do people say iron sharpens iron? because men make men better, right? Because to what has been to the point of what has been said already, when a man opens up to a woman emotionally, like Maul just said, like it gets to a point where a lot of times, and we've all either experienced this or seen it. The minute she gets mad at you,
you a bitch ass.
She gonna say
oh,
every
crybaby ass, man.
Oh, crybaby ass,
right?
You little dick ass crybaby ass.
You 2-minute having ass nigga, man. So,
Right.
let's go come down. Yeah.
Now while y'all was cool, all that she had all that, you know, she it
Come
was
here,
all
baby,
behind.
and give you hugs and all this shit. But as soon as she get mad, motherfucker start using all that shit against you.
You know what I mean? And that's why I think a lot of times, most times, men don't open up to their women, or men don't open up to women generally speaking, because of fear of that emotion being trampled on by her just blurting it out into the world, trying to make him look bad.
Right.
Plus,
because she know that shit is detrimental. That's all. Like,
right?
But you know what it is though. I'm processing what you're saying, and you saying that we should iron sharpen irons and all that. What you're saying, but I think it's a generational thing too, because. And I know it's gonna be like people gonna be looking. How the fuck you gonna know them exact numbers? But I think it was more people that was born in the '80s going into the '90s is when all this emotional shit like really started coming out. Like, cause like if you was born in '60s, '70s, '80s, and you still alive or whatever like that, we was taught this.
Yeah.
So now when you start getting into the '90s and the early 2000s, they was taught. Don't hold your emotions in. That's how, you hurt somebody or somebody hurt you or something like that. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're feeling. But people from back in the day was taught, and my granddaddy and my uncle them was taught, like, you don't cry. You hold that shit in. You deal with it yourself. You deal with what you have to deal with. That don't mean you go express that pain and put that pain on somebody else. It's that you find a way that you deal with it yourself. You don't have to, be out here telling them, you crying, me?
Yeah, you speaking words of passion.
but you don't sit up here and just like my uncles, them always taught me, even though they was in, what I was told my stories. Go back and listen to the shit. But they always taught me, you deal with that shit. You deal with it like it's not the simple fact of you go out here and you hurt somebody to deal with it. But you find a way within yourself, within your coping mechanism, and you deal with it the way you need to deal with it. If that means dealing with it, like I said, in the car, or before you go in the house, or before you go into work, get that shit out your system. You in the shower, nigga, them ain't tears, that's just water running from the shower in my face. But you can say that.
I wash my face.
Yeah, I wash my face, and that's just the water, you feel me? But it's some ways that, some of them early 80s babies and 80s and 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s babies that they learn how to cope with their shit themselves. Now, when you come to this new age era, and I hate to say it like that, it's when the mental health shit start coming around, and you should deal with your emotions. You should tell me how you're feeling. You should cry right here. You should cry right there.
Are we just talking about the black community?
Yeah, kind of is.
Okay.
Because I was. I can't speak for everybody else. So all our white listeners, this ain't. Y'all can use it, but I'm just saying from my experience from Blend.
Personally, I like the idea of being stoic, right? Just being hard, tough. Like all that crying and shit don't get you nowhere. All that over emotional.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Russia.
That's a fact.
Is if you look at Russia, right? These are like you think this is stoic, like this is stoicism if that's a fucking word, right?
It is.
It is.
Yes.
You think of those dudes.
Yeah.
You think they're around there crying and shit. Even the Ukraine, the Ukrainians, even because they're part of, like America to me has become soft. All this emotional ass, whining, trophies and shit for 15th place. It's just like a whole bunch of just crybaby shit. We got we need to get back on our tough shit. That's why I always said, like, I get it, with wars, people die, it's sad and shit, but, wars build stronger countries and stronger people, right? So what hard times bring, what is it, hard times?
Hard times make strong men. Strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men.
Yeah. So I like the idea of being, just being stoic.
Hard times.
And weak men make hard. It's literally like a square.
It's like a circle.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I like.
I did that on purpose.
But I like the idea of just being stoic and You ain't gotta do all that crying and shit all the time.
No.
I mean, it's a time and place for shit. Like, somebody died as, you know, a loved one. Yeah, you ain't gotta, you know, hold back your tears or whatever. But, you know, hey, man, like, okay, shit, the gas went up. Yeah, don't be crying.
Yeah.
It ain't like that.
I know I ain't never said this, right? And I really rarely talk about my mother, period. But, bro, I was at my mother's funeral, right? And I'm walking past, we sit in the front row. So my uncle come around, right? My Uncle Nut. Bro, I'm sitting there in tears, bawling out, crying. He say, "What you crying for, nigga?" Like that shit. I'm like, look at my mother. And it's funny now. It's funny now. It's funny now. I swear to God, it's funny now. But I'm looking at him like, nigga, I should put you in there next to him. What are you talking about? Don't cry. Like, that's my mother. What are you talking about? Yeah. Bro, like he really said this in the church. Like, man, stop crying like crying. And I'm sitting there looking at him crying like, this is what they was talking about right here, bro.
That's that toxic masculinity, right?
That's a fact. And my uncle is one of, bro, that's one of the hardest dudes bro, this the uncle that my cousin was in some type of something, and her son, my cousin was in some type of something, and her son went and ran and got my uncle. He came around there, he stopped the situation. My uncle say, he told her this verbatim, I'm the last person you come get, because when all you come get me, people die. You don't come get me for a little situation like this. When I come around here and y'all got to call me, I'm the one that's just going to eliminate the threat.
Okay. Something like a social plan or something like that.
No, that uncle, that's the real one. That's the real uncle.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the real uncle.
He's something like you got to be.
That's my dog, though. That's the real uncle right there. That's my real uncle right there. That's the real uncle.
You but you sound like a sociopath. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? You probably ain't even laugh when I said that. So let me. All right. My bad,
That's that one right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's that down south country motherfucker take you on a dirt ride. Be for real, for real. Let's switch gears real quick. Hurry up. For real. You got some. Now I got one more. We were supposed to answer though. What? Got this from D Money. Remember the question from D Money was like, well.
Shouts out to D Money. Okay. Okay.
What was the answer? What have you learned when you was little to now about relationships or about women? I think she said was it that the way she put it?
Oh no! You know what? D Money asked this one though. I want to. She had asked, "Would you rather be a stay-at-home dad or a working man?"
No, working. I'll work.
Or how do you feel about a man that wants to stay at home?
And that's his problem.
What my lady do?
She a stay-at-home mom too, so we all just.
Everybody's at the crib.
Yeah,
we all should be on some bombs. Yeah, we all gonna be on some bombs. Some bomb shit.
Nah. My lady was like.
No. If she had a motherfucking government job and we getting like 500, you heard what I just said. We getting like 500,000 a year?
Yeah.
Baby, what you want for breakfast? Dog, you to my 500,000, B.
Your uniform.
That's what I'm saying. Your uniform's in the
Wait. Cause Mom.
Hey, 500,000.
I understand that.
500.
This is the same person. I was like, hey, motherfucker's gonna give you some money. You know what I mean?
I said that too.
Versus working.
Yep. But guess what? I'm at home with this 500,000, and I'm gonna find out how I'm gonna give me a meal a year.
You could do that when they giving you the money.
Yeah. But I'm taking that 500,000. 500,000? You not being a stay-at-home dad?
Hell no, I ain't no stay-at-home dad. That just ain't me.
I understand that. I ain't say for how long, but for 500,000, B, we can do a lot of things with that.
I'm not staying home for shit. I can't even sit still.
How many kids y'all got?
I got 3.
You got a sister.
That's what I'm saying. 500,000.
That's what the stay. You gonna be the soccer.
Just at home.
You gonna be the soccer mom. You gonna be the soccer dad with the van.
No, I ain't
fucking superstars.
I ain't got no van. I'm in a Lambo. Nigga, I got the dad truck. Fuck a mom van. I got a dad truck, a Lambo truck.
And y'all making $500,000 a year?
Yes.
And you got a Lambo truck?
Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all gonna be poor in the poor house. Motherfuckers gonna be sleeping in that goddamn
Lambo truck, 500,000.
All right, man. Shit. But no, personally, me, no.
Or matter of fact, I wouldn't even have a Lambo truck. What's the Escalade?
Yeah. Now you want to change it?
What's the Escalade? No, the Escalade raw.
Oh,
to me, the Escalade raw.
The fully loaded?
Yes.
That bitch was like 170. Yeah, the V.
The V? Yeah, I went the V. 700 horses? Yeah. Pull up on this and think this is a regular Escalade.
I'm gonna have that anyway, right? Because if she making $500,000, I'm gonna have that anyway, and I'm just gonna go ahead and work over here.
$500,000. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna go. Matter of fact, we're doing that for 2 years. I'm gonna get the trucking company off the road, off the bricks. You only gotta do that for a little while, baby. Then you're gonna switch roles. But $500,000 a year, we gotta get that bread, B.
But okay, that's really let's be more realistic, right?
Okay, let's go.
So the average person makes about $40,000 to $50,000.
Yep.
Okay.
So all right, so $50,000. Your wife or your woman's bringing in $50,000.
No.
Are you staying home?
No.
Space?
No, even with the 500,000, I wouldn't be a stay at home.
Y'all on the trip.
How's that tripping? And 500,000.
So put it like this: we gonna make it even better. We can make it real good. Y'all 500,000 with her, and you stay at home, or you make it 50,000 and she staying at home.
Motherfuckers doing that like already. So.
For 50,000?
I've done that, so that ain't really.
To make her be like, no, don't work. I'm gonna do this 50. Fuck the 500.
Wait, what?
Right? That what you're trying to say?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You make 50,
yeah.
Or she go to work and make 500.
Right? Yeah. That's the options, right?
Them the options. It ain't it's cut and dry. What you say? What Jerry Day say? I'm cut and dry. It's cut and dry. Negro, you want the 50 or you want the 500? Put another zero on top of that. A couple.
Well, the issue is, and I think we have to look a little bit deeper into the equation, because a lot of times the more money a woman makes, the less of a man she thinks you are.
Okay, I understand that. But we said cut and dry.
So if it means...
Yo, lady, y'all soulmates, y'all good.
All right, the
Money changes
cut and
people.
dry. If she want to go make the 500,000, I'm gonna take the money all day. I'm not the motherfucker.
Thank you.
I'm not
my dog. He coming
I'm
out.
not the nigga to be like. I'm not gonna be that person to be like, I'm gonna turn down 500,000 so I can go to work and make these 50.
Yeah, my dog coming out.
She make 500,000, then motherfucker, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, my dog.
But I'm saying if she's making 500,000, I'm definitely gonna get my hustle on.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna get these trucks.
You know, I'm just I can't be I'm picking motherfuckers up school out at 2:30 and I'm picking. No, I'm not that dude. I'm not up making breakfast. I barely want to get up.
Get a nanny. The fuck? I mean,
right, but then it ain't the stay-at-home dad. Then really.
I mean,
right.
you still taking care of house and home at the end of the day.
The nanny
you
is.
have to pick the nanny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
the
gotta make sure they doing their
$500,000.
job.
That's the $500,000 dude or family.
Right.
But the average, right? So that's why I did that. The average, the $50,000.
Okay, hold on, wait. I mean, how many women are stay-at-home moms with a motherfucker making 50,000?
So my wife has been.
Yeah.
Yeah. We make shit work, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shit, ramen noodles it is.
If it work, it work.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, is that an ideal situation?
It's not ideal, but
Right.
I mean, I got 3 kids, so
Right. It's not ideal.
yeah.
So it's like I feel like a lot of women are not stay-at-home moms at 50K.
I don't either.
I don't think they are.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
I don't think they are, but
So to me, to pose the question, you stay-at-home mom at 50K, it's I don't think it's feasible.
no, I don't think people want to kind of do it.
Stay at home, you got to be at least 6-figure nigga.
No, you don't.
You don't think so?
Not at all. And I've made more than 50K for a while now, but at 50K, my wife had stayed at home. So I think you have to be able to, live within your means. I think a lot of times people don't want to live within their means.
That's the issue.
If I'm around here floating a $500 car note, she can't have a $500 car note too. Right. That's $1,000 right there a month going. You know what I'm saying? So
Honda Odyssey.
yeah, get this vehicle. It's gonna be a little 15, 20 years old or whatever. But this is the house vehicle. You know what I'm saying? We can run this around or whatever. You make the errands or something like that. I mean, I think people are too busy trying to play catch up to whoever their neighbor is. Like you're trying to compete with them, versus actually staying at home. Like I know people who or their parents, they both worked. They worked a whole bunch of hours, right? And they struggling right now to today. Like, you know what I'm saying? They neither, you know what I'm saying? They they didn't want for anything because their parents worked so much, but when they became an adult, they didn't have, you know what I'm saying, that parent guidance and stuff like that. So they didn't, shit, they basically ran them up. And so as an adult, like, shit, they struggling. Versus somebody who had at least one person, you had your father or even the mother or whatever, somebody's working, and then another parent in the household, could have been a grandmother or whatever it is. And to me, that provided stability, though.
Right.
So, at 50,000, I mean, is it ideal? No, but shit.
Is it doable? Yes. It's all about how well you make the money work, the available money work. But when it comes to that dynamic, I see all the time how it change, how that oftentimes, most times, if not every time, the who is the head of the household is associated with the amount of money that a person is making. And I don't have on top of that, I don't have the capacity to maintain a household every day doing everything that's supposed. I don't have the patience for it. Like, I don't like doing it. I do it right now because I have to, but maintaining stuff in the house every day, no. And then I also know that idea, the woman making $500,000, isn't conducive to a woman's nature. Men love taking care of their women. Shoot, you ain't never had your lady smile when you came through with something? And then that made you feel like, oh, yeah, baby, I did that, right?
Cool, but she gonna come through with this shit now with this $500,000, and I'm gonna be smiling.
Y'all ever dated somebody who made more money than y'all?
No.
No, I've been with mine for a long time. So.
I've been with mine for a long time too.
Yo, I dated this girl who made 3 times as much as I did.
How did that work out?
Intimidating.
See?
It was extremely intimidating.
Because you felt like that, or she made it?
I felt that way. It was all on me, right? Okay. I mean, we didn't work out for a different reason, but
so we're like shit.
No, I am now. But no, like I think I was still working at Kmart, bro. I was making like maybe 35, 40. Mm-hmm. Bro, she was bringing in like 120.
Oh shit!
Education.
Well, that's a different type of living right there, boy. When you hit over 100,000.
She was in Mexico 3 times a year. Her shorty. Passports stamped the fuck up. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, bitch, I can't. Like, I can't help you with that, bitch. She like, I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to. She like, just be there. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. And so, you know, kicking it with her, whatever. She like, oh, let's go there. I'm like, bitch, I can't afford that. She like, I didn't ask you to. I'm like, yo, this is strange.
So she was paying for that?
Yeah, she was. I couldn't afford no shit.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
It's strange though. It's strange sitting there, looking at the shit. You order your food, and that bill comes, and what will they give it to? You. And I'm like, and it's like, go ahead, and do that. And
I've done that before. I've slid the bill over to my wife
a few times, right? Yeah. Like, so it took me a while to get used to it, but like.
He's saying he could do it now. That's what you're saying. Like,
I did it then.
I mean, without having, any.
No, I think I still initially the hesitation. Right? Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It just don't feel right at the time. But
see, that's different though, because you said that's your girlfriend or your lady.
It was
somebody's your wife.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day,
it'll be different because your wife. But I don't think I could probably do it for too long. But $500,000, we're gonna be. I'm gonna have to suck this pride in. For a couple of years. We got to get this in.
For the family.
For the family. Yes, we're going to do this shit for at least a year and a half, 2 years. Some shit like that. We got to get this 500.
I was just asking because it's just, as a man, like, then a man.
Your pride kick in, like, it's because you're always a provider, so it will kick in. Mine will kick in, but.
Yo, she was buying flights. She was just like, send me your ID real quick. I'm like, for what? She's like, are we going on the trip? Bitch, well, we going where you need my ID. Like,
I mean, is it pride or is it nature?
What you mean is it pride or is it nature? Oh.
I think it's innate for us to provide. You know what I'm saying? To be able to bring the food to the table.
But you got these newer cats that'll just keep that shit forever. They'll be with the apron on and all. They'll have that shit forever. Hey, I can do it, but I can't do it for like a long period of time.
She was cool though. Like, I never felt emasculated at no point. Like we would go do some shit. Like her car needed some work, and I'm like, hey, quit fucking driving that car. I'll take you to work these few days. And she did it, no problem. It's like I was like, oh okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times women hear the word submissive and got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
it's like saying you're attracted to men emotionally.
it's I don't even know. It's like
but let's keep
taboo,
it a buck though,
yeah.
bro. If you're a real ass dude,
it's a curse word.
The submissiveness come naturally, no matter what financial position they really in. You know what I'm saying? If you leading, they go follow. Like, but you gotta be motherfucking leading. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people had a problem with that. So again, I led, even though her financial situation is way better than mine, she still followed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
how long ago was that?
I can't say. Okay.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay. But
because I'm thinking phase of life.
I'm a firm believer in, as a guy, you to be able to lead your crib and to get a woman to submit or whatever like that. To me, like you say your situation there, and I was like, but to me, I think you have to be paying for something, because I go by the firm thing of it pays the cost to be the boss. You can't be telling the motherfucker around here what to do if you're not paying some type of financial something. You gotta be paying something.
Shorty would just give me money. She was like, "Hey, go get gas. Go get this new game."
Yeah, I think it was just a phase of life at that point, for when y'all were kicking it. Because I would wager that she's not at that point where she wants the man for the roles to be reversed, right? Because I think a woman who's 27 to 30 plus, and if she's 27, I'll say 27 plus, making $150, she wouldn't even give a man the time of day if he's making 40.
100%. Women don't date down. We know that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is what tends to happen in the household when a woman starts making up more money than the man.
Right.
Shout out to my barber though, Byron. He said, yes, they do though. We was going back, and I just let him win it. We gonna probably see this. I'm trying to look at this episode, but he was saying that.
He said women date down.
Yeah, he said women date down all the time, and he named the thing
financially.
Yeah, he was like women date down, because he was talking about a situation where I ain't gonna put who he told me, but he's like some people he know. He saw some people date down or whatever like that, and I'm like, yeah,
outliers. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
More often than not, they don't.
And my girl said the same thing. Yeah, my girl said the same thing. Because my girl, I had to stop talking to them. Man, I'm just taking them. We was in there talking, and I was talking about, because I was asking them, where y'all at now? Y'all would not date a dude that's working at McDonald's and flipping fries.
Facts.
Oh, yes, I would.
That's exactly what they said. That's exactly what they said. So we go back and forth.
They got to be at his ankles.
No. I'm like, no, y'all will not. Y'all will not sit up here and date a dude who's at McDonald's. And there's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with somebody at McDonald's doing fries. Because right now, if this shit go belly up, I'm right there next to you, nigga. Move. Because I'm the fry getter right now. You got to move.
I got CDL.
I understand. I'm just talking about if you have to.
McDonald's got trucks that come to that bitch. I'm driving that.
Jay, every day I get it, but you're going to do what you have to do.
I'm not going to let you fry fries, bro. He got a CDL too. You hired me, you hired my homie. We ain't out here doing no fries, though.
I understand, but I'm just saying I got to do whatever I got to do to put money on my table. That's what I'm going to put. Sure. So I was going back and forth with them, and they were talking about, and then later on, my girl was like, nah, I wouldn't do that. I ain't going to lie to you. I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But then they going to sit up here, and this is when I really stopped talking to them after we was having this conversation. These motherfuckers said Stedman and Oprah. I say, bro, y'all don't know fucking Stedman's a lawyer before he met Oprah? This nigga had guap before he met Oprah. What are y'all talking about? So I just stopped. I didn't even say no more. I would have got on my game. I put on my headphones. I just stopped the conversation. I didn't say, I stopped mid-sentence, and just went to play my game.
Women that have sex with a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
But they not for to keep them for a long time. It's not a real thing. This is a thing to get me a nut too, because you fucking the shit out of me. That's the only thing that they looking at. Yeah. You giving me good sex, but it's not going to be a long-term thing where you flipping fries at McDonald's or you at some type of fast food joint. And again, it's nothing wrong with those jobs. A minimum wage job. Yeah, it's something you done grew out of that and it pays your life.
As you should. You should be.
As the older you get, the more money you should make.
30 plus, you still date a nigga who can only get a minimum wage job?
It's a fact, but they're not though.
Yeah, they be lying, man. You know what? I don't even think that the women be lying. I think that's just how they feel right then and there.
Yeah,
and then they start thinking about it, and then they realize.
Yeah, think about it.
Later on, they when they got in the car, he said, I ain't gonna date no
No,
fry
they
cook.
told my girl was like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what I was. She said it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not.
Nah, they don't want to seem like them type of people, but they are.
Yeah, but then again, a guy see a fine ass chick flipping fries, baby, I got you. Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna come pick you up at 7. We're gonna go out and go on a date or whatever like that. You gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna upgrade you a little bit. You gonna upgrade everything you can do about her.
Hey, look. This girl hit me up and she wanted to go out and I found out what she do and was like, bitch, you don't make no money. I can't date you. Like, and then she got mad. This shit was funny.
Cause you can't be no homosexual, right? You can't be no homosexual. Like you gotta do something. Yeah. But you don't have to be make an extravagant amount of money either.
Bitch, I ain't gonna save you, bitch.
Like, you gotta show
that's
that you
what
can
Chris
do
Brown
something.
did with Carucci.
And that's what I told him about. I'm like, Chris Brown brought Carucci. Not everybody know who Carucci is, cause Chris Brown went and got her.
Mm-hmm. She's just working at the department store or some shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. Back in the day when I was in Miami though, I used to have a thing, right? I would not talk to no girls unless they was at work, on the bus stop from work, in their uniform. Right? I was never talking to a girl like at the club or nothing. I wasn't really taking you serious. I was just talking to you for like that. But girls I was taking serious, everybody that was either you was at work at a register, I saw you in a store, convenience store, wherever you worked at, I saw you there. I would take you serious and try to holler at you for real. But if you wasn't coming home from work, walking from the bus stop with your uniform on, I wasn't really looking at you like that.
Like, cause you ain't gotta ask me for shit.
That's what I'm saying. At least you got some of the basics taken care of.
Yeah.
Like I can come in, I can help. I know I'm gonna help, but I'm not for the I'm not for to be your sole person that you going to for money. You have no job.
You need help on your rent every month.
That's a prime example. That was just my thing that I was doing. I was always talking to girls who had jobs and shit.
Your lights off again, bitch.
And then that shit was the easiest way too, because they really can't be mad and rude. Because I go tell their Superman, get your ass fired, bitch.
So what does it mean to date down?
We was strictly talking financial.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that was strictly financial.
I'll say strictly financial.
Which means when a girl dating down, let's just say she makes $100K, she wouldn't date a dude that makes 65.
Right.
Something.
Well, I think it's also a class thing too, because you look at it. Well, a lot of times, okay, you have a woman who's college educated. They won't a lot of times date like a blue collar worker, so a plumber or something. So dude actually could make more money.
Yeah, but she still won't fuck.
They want to fuck with people. They tend to stay within people with people within their class too. It's a class thing as well.
I agree.
So a lot of the time, the educated or the frats and the sororities and whatever, they stay within that own little group.
Yeah.
And then so if you're a plumber or electrician, they got to feel like they can bring you around their friends, right? If you're the plumber and electrician and you go around to the the little, I get quote unquote smart people party or gathering or something, right? and they start talking to hey, so what books have you been reading? And nigga, you sitting over there, well, you don't really have it, huh?
I know to weld a pipe.
Weld a pipe, right?
There's this new welding method.
So I think that also plays a part though, as far as like you don't see women dating down.
Okay, I no qualms with that whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Right. So let's veer back to, let's just say at this point 100 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Our fathers. Okay.
No, my bad.
Yeah, they wasn't even voting. You know what I mean? The women.
but they were married, right?
Yeah, they were.
So is it safe to say then that men were dating down?
Can you though find?
But how could you date down back then when women weren't really allowed to work and really didn't have no rights and all that stuff?
We talking about income, right?
Yeah, but they didn't have. They couldn't.
A lot of them didn't.
They couldn't work.
Well, okay, so to further my point, even to this day, on average, men date down.
Yeah, men do date down.
They do.
Yes.
So it's still dating down then.
Somebody's gonna date down. You're not gonna find somebody making exactly the same.
But see, this is the thing: men don't care about it as much, nearly even half as much.
Yeah, men care about looks. Women care about financial stability. That's what the fuck.
Like, I care. I don't personally. I'm on record on this podcast saying I will take an ugly woman with a good personality over a pretty woman with a bad one.
Yeah, but your eyes are attracted to what the fuck you're attracted to first, right? To get to know a motherfucker, they gotta look good enough for you to go talk to them.
That's a fact.
I think commoners, I guess common people, we in general, we don't think about dating. Or, you know, we don't mind dating down. That's, you know, cool. Or not cool, but, you know, there's just something that we do. Yeah. Right? It's acceptable. But I think at a certain point, again, you talk about class. At a certain point, male or female, they're not going to date down at all.
That's what I'm at right now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about you got your quote unquote elite, right? Okay, so you know what I'm saying, maybe your black elite, your black bootleg, your Jackie Jills and Lynx and yeah, they date within their own little pool, you know. So you could be successful, you know, you pull yourself up by the bootstraps or whatever, but you're still not within their own little. You're not within their class. So black people at large, yeah, okay, you know what, we don't really mind date, or black men, we don't really mind dating down, but yeah, like that old money, that old guard, like they're not gonna date down.
We just used the example of Chris Brown and Karuchi.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
She was a nobody. He made her. He brought her to, you know, he got her to the doors that she's in. Mm-hmm. I definitely understand what you mean when you say dating by class, dating by like the elite, because you date at least someone that can identify with where you are, right? Mm-hmm. But I see more often than not, because I love using celebrities as an example, more often than not, in order for women to get to a certain point, they have to attach themselves to men. Yeah. They only have their validity after. Why are you looking at?
No, I'm not looking.
He was like,
I'm not.
I didn't like.
Okay.
I feel he was like,
did I do something wrong?
So women have to, you know, attach themselves to the man because
he brings her. She just puts her
validity.
Yeah, he brings her validity, and if she doesn't attach to herself to a man that's already established, then she wouldn't have a whole lot of. She wouldn't be able to gain a lot of validity unless they take the typical cop-out route through sex work.
I mean, I can see your point. Yeah.
That's where we come from.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I got for today. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add?
Any other good questions?
That one question about the relationship, right? What do we can end on that one.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
So
it was. I remember we was talking about it. It's asking us. What did you learn from relationships?
I didn't.
What's something you used to believe?
Yeah.
What's something? D. This is D Money, and so she wanted to ask, what's something you used to believe about relationships, marriage, but no longer do?
Y'all real quick. That love conquers all.
God dang it! I should have went first.
That's why he jumped out the room. But I had
that shit so real fake. It's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, because I can learn.
All you need is love. Yeah. Motherfucker think all you need is relationship is work.
Yeah, this is gonna be mad.
That shit work. Love ain't gonna make you do it. You can love a motherfucker from a distance.
That's so like, and I can still love you and not be with you.
Well, fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, not be with you. That's a fact. But what I was taught though, and what I think a lot of young men was taught is that, you know, you are kind of like everything. You should be. Most of the focus should be like on the woman. Like you really like kind of like how am I trying to put it? Like the woman is kind of like the prize. Yeah. You do everything to make her happy, no matter if you sad, no matter like they say, a happy wife, happy life. That's the next one.
Y'all still in my ass.
So that's one of the ones I kind of like heard about and like, oh, you really don't matter. Like your feelings is cool, long as she not crying, you be all right, you be tough and all this. But it's like you just as important in this relationship as she is. She should make you as happy as you should be happy. And that's what I'm gonna teach my son too before he get his little relationship. Now it's just not all about her. It's about she gotta make you feel special, make you feel happy, and love you just the way as you love her. It just shouldn't be just the one way around. It just shouldn't be the one side of the show.
All right, Jay, every day for Spaces.
Yeah, Spaces.
Spaces.
I gotta think about it for a minute. My top two answers was gone now.
So I'm pretty sure I'm not stealing yours, but I didn't come in any relationships with like a preconceived notion of what something should or shouldn't be, or you know, to me it's just like things that just work out on its own. You know what I mean? Like we should be working towards some type of common goal. You know, and so for me, that's still in the process. We still learning. You know, with a relationship, you're still learning each other. You're always learning each other. You never know the person, because everybody changes. You know, you're not the same. I'm not the same every day as when I was 21 or when I 19 when I met my wife.
Indeed,
so,
indeed.
You know, you kind of got to change with that person. If you're not willing to change, then you know you're gonna eventually part ways and go your own separate ways.
Indeed.
So, for me, I look at it as like we got to be going somewhere. You know, and that's essentially it. But I've never came into a relationship as far as thinking like this is what it should be and it's set in stone and some type of like the 10 commandments of relationships.
Yeah.
So before I answer this, actually, I wanted
one more.
I didn't answer the second part of D Money's question. She said, "What do you think of a man if?"
I was trying to get back to you, but we just kept going. I was trying.
I was trying to get back to it too.
I was trying to get back to your answer.
So what was it? The second part, it was like
take 500,000 or whatever. Be the stay at home.
Like what do we think of a man who would be a stay at home?
Or how do you how do you feel about a man that wants to stay home? That nigga a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just playing. Hey, I mean, you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, that's how you feel. If that's what you want to do, like, I don't have no comment about that. If that's what you want to do, but
I am kind of side-eyeing this nigga.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do. If we had the choices and we work, I'm gonna go out and work and get this money.
You mean to tell me y'all making 50,000, bro, and you want to stay at home as a man, like, you know? Now 500,000, all right. I can see it. I can give you a nod, you know.
Oh, I didn't answer.
She make money, bro, but you 50,000, bro. You can't go out there and you know be a plumber or something. Like, bum ass, lazy ass nigga.
That's my same exact sentiment. I think if you know there are some people out here where that will work, right? Because I do think there are some men out here that don't mind being at home, but I also think there are some women out there who want to be the financial provider, you know, the leader, quote unquote leader of the household. And if they find each other, that's cool. But I do. If somebody told me today that I'm a stay-at-home dad and my wife makes all the money, I'm gonna have to jump back. Like, I have more questions. I have more questions.
Good for you, brother. Now go make us some lemonade.
Could I do that? No, absolutely not.
So hold on. For 500,000, you couldn't do it either.
We have to really set some ground rules.
Okay.
We have to really set some ground rules because
I'm still a man in this house.
Thank you.
I'm spacious, and you're gonna address me as so.
Like, cause I don't need to go down that spiel again, but could I do it? Maybe for a short term. But those are my thoughts for that. You said you didn't answer the second part of the question?
No, I answered that part of the question.
Okay, all right. Well, now, what did I learn about relationships that I think differently now?
I gotta go back up to it
because you want to ask it the way she.
Okay, what's something you used to believe about relationships / marriage but no longer do?
Man, y'all stole my top two answers. It was happy wife, happy life, and it was love conquers all. Like it was really if you love each other, then it should work. Recently, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. He said, "Marriage isn't about love; it's about duty." And that resonated with me real hard because love is an unstable resource on which you should base marriage. Completely, because people can wake up one day and not feel the same way that they did about you the day before, and then you can cause a trickle down effect. But if you're in this for what you contribute to the household, what you contribute to me, what I contribute to you, to fulfill your role and not fulfill mine, then that's everlasting. Unless you decide to change your mind about what it is that you want to contribute. So I can say that if that's not already said, love is what marriage is about.
I still think you gotta have some love though, because you can't just be on duty because then it feel like a job.
No.
I think you gotta have some type of love.
You can't build that bridge on love it.
No, I'm not saying love is like, but I'm just gonna say you can't say it's not built on no love and just strictly duty. I think you gotta have some love in there for that person for this still to work.
I'll tell you why I think so. Because people get married just for green cards.
But that don't last long.
That's what I was just.
But they're fulfilling a duty. They enter into it with an agreement, expectation of each other.
That's them trying to get over here and try to get a free, better life.
But it's for a specific reason, not based off of love, and that's it. Which is
I don't know. I like to exclude those outliers, because whatever it is, somebody's gonna try to finesse it. Like, just think I want to say in a more perfect type world where no one's gonna just marry someone, like two people who thought they were in love. Like, that's all the fuck we need. No. It's not. Neither one of y'all talking about a career in this bitch.
Yeah. I think
none of y'all got no plan. Like,
you gotta be willing to work on it. Love. It's a lot of things. Like, but I'm just not gonna say duty, because duty is just like it's just another job. So you coming home from work to go to another job of your marriage.
Man, you telling me you can work a job for 30 years but can't work with a motherfucker for 30?
Especially
I think that is love, as far as love conquering all. Like, you being able to, like you just said, you can work a job for 30 years. You should be able to work with this significant other. You know what I'm saying? And work and overcome things. To me, that is love. Love isn't necessarily, you laying up in bed and y'all having sex all the time and shit like that. And, you know what I'm saying? You lovey-dovey kissing and hugging type shit. Love is actually, sacrificing.
That's the duty, though. That's some shit you have to also have.
Or, I don't know if you could really separate the two then, as far as love and the duty.
Because I don't say I can see myself, but I can see people being married without loving each other because they have a common goal about the forward progression of life. Naturally, being around this person, you will eventually grow feelings. That's just natural how human emotion works. Mm-hmm. But I could see people say, okay, this is what you want, this is what I want. Okay, let's figure out how we can make this work together.
Maybe in another part of the world, but here in the Western society, I don't see that. Maybe like if we talking about like India or some place where they have an arranged marriage. Yeah, like I can see that happen. And even with arranged marriages, like you said, you kind of grow to love somebody. Yeah. So they do eventually grow to love that person.
Well, tolerate.
Yeah. As long as you ain't beating her ass, like I'm assuming she fuck with you. Like, this one, he alright. He got 3 other wives, but he treat me good.
Right.
What I'm noticing when love becomes a factor into a marriage, divorce rates go up.
Wait, say that again?
When love becomes a factor as to why two people should be together, divorce rates go up. Because love, some people say love is an action, love is an emotion. I think two heads of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. Yeah. I think.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that statement at all.
What?
When more love is involved, you see more divorces. When people get married just for love, you see more divorces.
Well, not the sole reason. I did make it sound like I said that's the sole reason. No, it's not the sole reason. But I think it definitely becomes a distraction for what the ultimate goal in marriage is. Marriage is about the forward progression of life.
I think
much more than that.
I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to more divorce, I think a lot of people get lust and love confused.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And that lust feels real strong, but that shit flares out fairly quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they get married off lust, thinking it's love, and realize it's not.
That's why I think you should be like when you finna get married to someone, you should be with them. I know I'm an exception to the rule because I took a long time before I did what I did, but you should be with them for a little while before you pop that question. I ain't talking about some people like, oh, we was together for 6 months, we was together for a year. I think the minimum you should be is 3 years before you decide for the proper questions.
You live with that motherfucker? No.
Yeah, you got to live with them too. You have to live with that person.
But
that's what comes into play too, like from divorce and shit too, because people you really don't know, and you still don't know somebody even after 3 years, but you get a good concept of who they kind of are. It's only for so long you can fake something.
Look, man, you ain't gonna know a person until you actually sick.
It's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm serious. Like when it ain't nothing you could do for a person and you need to lean on a person for you to get better, and you know what I mean, and that's when you know a person to me loves you.
Yeah.
Like most marriages, you know, you can probably look this up, end because of financial reason.
Yeah.
You know, people could probably love each other all day, but then the bread gotta go. You know,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
you know, but you really don't know a person that really love you. People could, I love you, until you're sick or you down and out,
sick and broke.
You on your last. Then you can say, oh, you know what? That person stuck by me. I was sick, or that person, you know, they helped nurse me back to health, you know, and stuff like that. So,
but then also it comes from when you ain't had shit. That's why you get with somebody younger, being early in your life. Because you're trying to wait till you already established and people are, oh, sleep around. Don't get married till you like 30. No, nigga, you starting to make money now. So how you going to know that she's really for you? And that's where the divorces should happen, when you start getting married later.
To each his own.
That's true. To each his own. But I do feel that when you start getting more money,
I mean, now they have a motive to marry. I get that, right? But shit, when the fuck do you become such a poor judge of fucking character the older you get? Like
but they can fake it though.
I get that shit, but like you're supposed to become older and also wiser. Especially if you built your shit up from the ground, you know what a fucking genuine person looks and feels like. You get the money, you marry for the body. Like
first week she talking about Louis bag. You think you buy me this Louis? Nah, this one.
No, I know what this is.
I thought we was going to McDonald's this first time.
Right.
But you got, you know, for Steak 48 money, I know. But is you a Steak 48 chick though?
1000%.
Listen, I'm going to RPM. No thank you.
We can sit in this car and you hear me rev this bitch up.
I had a joke cooking for that. I had a joke cooking for that.
All right, man. I'm good. Y'all good?
Yeah, it's good. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So I'll hit the people with another message, man. I want to ask you fellas a question, and I just want to say just simple yes or no, right? Let's say clean slate, all single, right? Yeah. He got that face. He's like, you're gonna ask me another question.
I thought you was gonna run that back.
No.
Emotional question. All right, go ahead.
So let's just say clean slate, awesome, right?
Yes.
And you're talking to a lady and she's bragging to you about her educational accomplishments, financial accomplishments, her personal accomplishments, all in effort to impress you.
We just talking, or what is this?
She just y'all are into each other. Y'all seeing like
You're
dating, right?
Okay, we dating.
Now, if she's qualifying that to you, how do you feel?
So this
wait,
is
man,
a
you
yes
said
or no?
yes or no. That is not a yes or no
Sure
question.
I did. You're right. I'm sorry. I did.
I'm looking like, I'm supposed to say yes or no to that.
Does that matter to you? That's a better way to. That's the way.
Does
I meant
her,
to phrase
her accomplishments and her graduation and all that stuff really matters to me?
Graduated from college with a master's degree, got a doctorate.
I want to say no, but the spaces in me want to get more context. Because am I trying to have kids with this woman? Or I'm just trying to build an empire.
So
dating with intent to potentially get to that point where y'all have kids together.
Well, I'm gonna say no, because she ain't say nothing that's gonna really. I don't see no. She ain't display like no motherly skills or no nurturing type of things. Just all like physical type of traits where you're gonna try to go get it. You're trying to get all this bread. You're not trying to really be a mom or anything like that. You ain't say nothing about being a mom. You just said all your accomplishments. So I would say no.
Will?
see, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. All right.
We knew you was gonna say yeah. We knew.
I'm gonna say yeah because those are her accomplishments. Like, how can she show motherly skills without already being a mother? You know what I'm saying? You're not a mom until you're a mom. You're not a graduate until you graduate. So like, I hear what you're saying. It's just how can she do that?
Because she's looking at you to be a provider without you providing for her.
I hear what you're saying. But to me, if those are things to make her happy, yes, those things are I want to say attractive to me. You did what you had to do to make yourself happy and your accomplishments. Yes, I will praise that shit all day. Tell
Okay,
me about it.
so how does that benefit you?
Because now she knows what she want to do. I was just the whole thing with somebody that didn't know what they want to do. She has her accomplishments. She's had her goals. We have our 2 separate lives, but we're gonna come together. You know what I'm saying?
So he's speaking off experience from what he just came through.
No, that's what I'm. How do those accomplishments specifically benefit you? Not in her qualifying what it is that she wants to do.
It benefits me because they're for her, if that makes sense. She did that for her, not for me. It ain't to attract a mate. She did that for her own happiness. Get that shit. Do that shit.
Okay.
So you said we already dating, and she's bragging to me about her accomplishments?
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. We're dating already. I already know what you accomplished. Like, I give a fuck.
First date? First, second date?
No, you said dating.
Dating,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't us just talking. This ain't just us talking, and you know what I'm saying? You want to share with me, and even then, they'd be like, oh, okay. For me, I'd be like, oh, okay. But we're dating, and you bragging about, like, I don't give a fuck. And at that point, if you like bragging about it, it's like you trying to kind of shit on what the fuck I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm not. So now I'm...
Either you overcompensate.
But I'm like, well, maybe I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or maybe I'm not to her level or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll simply part ways if I feel like it's going to be competition. Because it shouldn't really be a competition between you and your significant other.
And that's what it's going to turn into.
Yeah, so it really should be like you guys coming together and, you know what I mean, like a zipper. You know what I mean? You just kind of come to zip right on up. And boom, and we're going to make it work. Right? So if she got to sit up and be like, and that's why I got a degree from Northwestern. And that's why... Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Cut all that shit.
And another thing.
So she's, back to Will real quick, she's qualifying these things as to make herself seem more appealing to you as a relationship partner.
Yeah, she bragging about that, like you said. We already dating. I've already made this girl like my girlfriend, or like I just meet her. I'm trying to get to know her. Is she talking about
number 3?
Huh?
Date number 3.
Date number 3. I mean, have we talked about this? Is this her second, third time bringing this shit up every time we go out?
But
what Will over there on Spaces?
No.
Answers to every question.
No, because
you say bragging, right? Bragging.
She's saying like, because I have these things about me, you should date me. Is really what I meant behind the question.
Okay, I mean, but that to me is. You having you graduating or whatever, getting a degree doesn't necessarily equate as a good partner to be dating. Right. So to me, you also have to have a good character. You know what I mean? Good hygiene. There's a whole bunch of shit where I'm like, okay, this bitch got
it don't fall under necessarily my prerequisites to date.
That's really.
But a breath stink. Like, I can't deal with this. Bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, you should have got a degree in brushing your fucking teeth.
Yeah.
So, missed that class, huh?
Oh, so that's what you was getting at it with.
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. Just like if you say, "Oh, I got a good job and all this," women look like, "Oh, okay." So
right,
he's a provider, this, that, and the third. That's why I said about the motherly thing and the nurturing thing. About that's what I want to hear from you first. Like, fuck that degree shit. You can tell me that after you tell me like,
"Oh, okay, she's smart."
Yeah, she is smart, but how can you make our family go? What are we gonna come together when we come mesh together? That degree stuff. So how we gonna raise kids? If you out there getting your degree and you working just as many hours, we ain't got time for no family. We working.
Now I'm more like if she, like I know how to cook such and such or whatever. I'd be like, damn, okay, she know how to cook this. You know what I'm saying, something like that. Or I like to, she like to do certain things that make me think like, she's real hands on, like motherly type. She might not be a mother, but she kind of
just nurturing. Just say nurturing.
She know how to do. Okay, all right, I'm check. But okay, I got a degree from such. Okay, she's smart. All right, that's. But what else is that? I need a little bit more tangibles than a goddamn degree.
That's so fun.
Note to the women out there that listen to the 2 women out there, including D Money, that listen to the KNoWKi podcast. That listen to the KNoWKi podcast. Not saying it's just you, D Money. I'm just messing. But I hear a lot of conversation around growing thing these days with women trying to qualify their degrees and accomplishments as redeeming relationship traits to a man. You just heard the conversation we just had. By and large, men do not care. I don't care what you did in school. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what you did at your job. What does you accomplishing all of those things do for me? How do those make you a better candidate to be with me in the long term? It doesn't. Not to mention, you bragging about this stuff makes me question, do you want to be the man in a relationship? Do you want to be the provider? Are you going to hold your accomplishments over my head, which happens a lot with men and women? We do not care, by and large. Go check out the No Absolutes podcast. This has been another edition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, kings. It's your man Spaces.
It's Jay every day.
Hey, this your boy Mom, man. Meeting the John.
Fire.
He said,
AKA the KNoWKi.